Hey there, hi there. Welcome, collective. It's me, Priscilla B, and this is going to be the second video for the Shadow Queen series that I'm working on. So basically, it's just a collective energy reading, and we're going to see what comes through. So first I have an angel number for you, 3333. Social skills, hope, optimism, liberation, success, prosperity, excitement, enthusiasm. The problems you have today will eventually disappear. Your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life, since your luck may be about to change. It is time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best of you. That's a really good angel number, because I do feel like we have a little bit of clash of the egos happening right now in the cosmos. Probably has something to do with this Shadow Queen energy. And I don't know, just like collectively, it's when you're thinking of Shadow Queen energy or shadow energy, there is going to be a lot of tension in the air because someone or multiple someones are not really cooperating with staying in this positive outlook and this healthy lifestyle. All right, so yeah. Ooh, we got the witch. Yep. I love it. You're busy over here doing your own thing. You've got the power of the swords, the cups, the pentacles, the wands. You're very hard at work here. You have a woman who's using all her tools right here to get the job done. Okay. And then you have the Page of Chalices. Okay, so you have a young artist, okay, a child painter, a child artist that, leads with their feelings and their emotions. Ooh, and you have the Eight of Wands. So you have a lot of feminine energy here. And there's a woman here who is making her own wands, creating magic here. And she's probably making these wands for other magicians as well, for other witches as well. I feel like you have like a third generation here. There's the mother, the daughter, and the grandmother. And it's like each stage of this, each version of this is really you, okay? It's you as a child, painting, leading with a lot of feeling and emotion, as children often do. And then you have your current energy where you're creating something beautiful here, and you are sharing your skills, and you're giving that out here, and that's your craft, and that's your magic. And then you have your future self, and that's putting it all together, and making that magic last. Oh yeah, Four of Wands. Okay, so there's definitely someone here who wants to get to know you better. They're interested in your feelings and your emotions. And you have the Four of Pentacles. So you have somebody kind of like creeping around, spying on you, kind of, while you're at home, sort of, minding your own business, doing your own thing. Okay. That's funny. Okay. Oh my gosh. And then you have the High Priest. Okay. So the Witch and the High Priest. Yeah. This is two very spiritually guided ancestors, or mentors that really want to see you achieve success here. They're drawing in a lot of light source power here to kind of protect you and guide you. Two of Chalices. You have another couple here who's sharing in this enjoyment together and this merriment together. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles. So this sort of like wraps it all up, is that third generation. You have the mom and the dad and the grandpa, and then this grandchild here playing by the water, or not the water. Oh yeah, there's some water there with her pony. So you're like, you want to create this, like you're working on this, like this is something you have achieved or you're working on achieving. Is that 10 of Pentacles trying to bring that about, I feel like. Yeah. Okay, so Knight of Chalices, 3 of Wands, and the Earth Mother, the Empress, 3 of Athamas. Okay, so there could be the reason why I think you're dealing with some challenges and stress right now is 7 of Athamas. Okay, so you have like a mom or wife or here, a woman waiting for her husband to come home. Okay, he's been out hunting. Okay, but then you have the 8 of Athamas. Okay, so you have sort of this tangled fear happening, okay, in the dark wood. And then you have the 9 of Wands. So you have a man like almost like counting all his wands, or I don't know, he seems suspicious of something, but there's a fairy there. Knight of Chalices, a man bringing in emotional abundance. Okay. 3 of Wands, a man who wants to travel, contemplating getting on this ship and going far away, maybe on a journey. And then you have the Earth Mother and the 3 of Athamas. Okay, so you have a woman who is, the mother archetype, and she's standing in her power. This is like fruition. This is nurturing. This is a lot of goddess energy here. But then you have the 3 of Athamas, which is a woman coming home carrying, like bags of groceries, right? And then there's the Swan. So it's a lot of different energies at play here. You do have hope, you do have optimism, but yeah, the divine feminine, yeah. I feel like you're really channeling that energy in when it comes to this, the sickle. Look, that's like harvesting the wheat, right? Harvesting the rose. And you have the rose, the scientist. Okay, I feel like that's you. Like you're studying things, you're analyzing things, you're doing tests, you're coming up with different theories and hypotheses and outcomes. And then you have the Ace of Wands. This is your creative spark. This is the idea. This is the major like aha sort of moment in like a creative way. And then you have Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Yeah, I was definitely getting that from like the witch and the high priest. It's like your ancestors, they probably were like, I don't know, like for some reason you kind of like inherited some of their problems when you're like, why can't I just like inherit like generational wealth or a house or a nice car or something? But like instead you inherited like their problems. Like they left a like path of destruction behind, and now like it seems like it's falling on your shoulders to sort of like clean it all up. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles. Like there's something here with your family tree tied to Pentacles, tied to money, tied to like they always worried about loss of money, or they always were like materially focused, where you're much more of like a deep-rooted person in like emotions and sensitivity and like feeling out and like sort of sussing out what is going on, like what's the vibe. That wasn't something your ancestors really did. The serpent, yeah. Kundalini energy. Okay, so then we have the visionary awake. Okay, with an intuitive perspective, I see the bigger picture. Okay, and that's you. That's kind of like what you've inherited, though. Like, I know it seems like you might have inherited like financial problems or stress or whatever from your ancestors, but I think there's like another side to it where that might seem like the most current energy that you've inherited, but there's something deeper here. Like, if you really go really far back to like your ancestors who existed long before, nickels and dimes existed, there was another form of currency. And I feel like that currency was energy and who you could trust and who you could feel. And like, I feel like that intuitive energy existed so long ago that it's almost like you're like the first one in your family to really like tap into that. And you're awake. You see the bigger picture now. You see beyond just this narrow scope of what. So, yeah, like for example, your grandma and your grandpa, maybe they didn't really leave you with like a whole lot to work with, maybe they,